Hey guys, Slapjack here and welcome back to World of Tank Blitz news. In this video guys, I will be talking about the future of World of Tank Blitz. Now, if you're on the forums like me, you will know that Warlord recently did a Q&A talking about the future of World of Tank Blitz, what we'll be seeing in the near future, all the updates, and just everything in general that we need to know in the coming future. So, that's what I'll be talking about in this video. Alright guys, so I'll be reading over this thread for you. So, here we go. First question, will missions be introduced? And they said yes, that is exactly what we are working on now. So personally, I am a huge fan of missions and I can't wait for them to be introduced because we'll be seeing some new tanks, and I really like the concept behind missions. I know it takes a lot of grind, but I mean personally I think it's definitely worth it. If you see some tank that you've never seen before, then you know that's a good player. Alright, so next question, will tanks with autoloaders show up this year? And they said most likely yes. Now this is a big one because I am a huge fan of autoloaders. I don't play the PC, but I've seen them and I just love them so much. So next question, what will be the approximate maximum number of people who can join a clan in Blitz? And they said, right now we're thinking around 50. Now this is kind of interesting because I see clans, a few clans with over 50 members, so I'm gonna wonder how they work that out. Alright, so next question, when will German tanks stop burning when they hit the front of the armor? Now, personally, before we get to the answer, I don't think this needs to be added. I think this is just a characteristic of German tanks, and I think that it's just, you know, part of their character. I don't think it needs to be changed. But they said the upcoming versions will not contain any changes in the transmission or the engine section. The chance of fire is high due to their current arrangement. Now, so sorry guys, German tankers, but you will still burn when someone hits you in the lower plate. So I'm sorry about that. But anyways, next question. Which new tanks will appear in 1.7? The second branch of the US tank destroyers will arrive. I am a huge fan of this. They're basically hinting the T110E4, if you don't know what that is. It's the T110E3 only with a turret. So the armor is a bit worse, but I think it'll be worth it. I'm personally not going to go for it, but it's a very interesting line as it has the T28 prototype, and a lot of really cool tanks that I would like to see. Alright, next question. Do you plan to introduce any fun modes? Now, I don't know what they mean by fun modes. Maybe like tier 8 versus tier 8, or I have no clue. Maybe I have no clue. Maybe like tank companies or something, but I'm not sure. But they said, as of now, we do not have such plans, maybe in the future. So, next question. Will clans and camouflage appear in version 1.0? That's a big one. So they said, we will introduce many major features in 1.8, but clans and camouflage will come in later versions. Sadly, no camouflage. I am a huge fan of camouflage, and I would just personally love to see this, but they said later, so yeah, I'm a bit heartbroken. But yeah, I'd rather see clans than camouflage, mainly because I'm already in a clan, and I'd actually like legitimate clans instead of, you know, just made up ones that we already have. So anyways, next question. Will shell penetration marks be added? And they said they will, but not very soon. So I would really like to see this, but yeah, they said not very soon. So yeah, sad face. So next question. Shall we expect Himmelsdorf's map in the version 9.1? They said yes, not earlier than in version 1.9 for sure. I can give you an exact date just yet. So I can't give you an exact date just yet. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Himmelsdorf's, and I think everyone else is. It's a really nice map. But they said, but a smaller version of Himmelsdorf's would be really awesome. But they said not earlier than 1.9 for sure. So it might be a bit late. So anyways, are you going to replace the current reticle with the server reticle? And they said we don't have such plans. Next question, are training rooms ready? They said training rooms are not ready yet. We are going to introduce them in the near future. So that means in the near future, probably like 3 or 4 updates or something like that. Alright, so next question. What updates are expected in the version 1.9? They said new vehicles will be added in upcoming versions, including American tank destroyers, the T110E4, and German medium tanks, which is the Leopard tech line. So yeah, as well as transistor tanks like the KV2. Now personally, I'm a huge fan of the KV2. I can't wait for this thing to come out. Yeah, I just can't wait for this thing to come out, honestly. So next question. If French vehicles are added, how will they be introduced? They said French vehicles will most likely be introduced in several stages. So that means probably several stages referring to several updates. Alright, so next question. When will the Leopard branch be added? They said in version 9.1 or 1.10. So that means a very long time. Alright, so next question. Will the low be rebalanced and improved? They said, now, personally, I really think the low should be rebalanced because it is just trash right now. I mean, unless you have, you know, or unless you know how to use it, it's just trash. But they said we are going to rebalance high-tier vehicles. The low may also be rebalanced because, according to statistics, it does not perform well, and they are definitely right. It performs terribly, and this thing just craves a buff. I mean, it just needs one so bad. But yeah, next question. Will you add an option for disabling additional effects in the game client, such as, you know, grass or something? We are working on effects performances optimization right now. So, personally, grass is just unnecessary. I mean, the only thing it does is get in the way. I know you can disable in sniper mode. In fact, I have that disabled right now. But I mean, you don't notice any graphics when you're battling. You know, you're just focused on killing the enemy, not, you know, oh, look at the pretty sun. You know, so I mean, that's, you know, basically. I mean, unless it improves your game, which graphics, which I don't really see how it could. But yeah, anyways. So next question, which tank characteristics will you change in the near future? I said we will be slightly rebalancing medium tanks and tank destroyers in 1.7. I'm assuming in tank destroyers they mean aiming time and maybe penetration, but I'm not sure. I'm a bit sad about that one also. I hope they don't buff or nerf them too much, but yeah. Anyways, next question. Can you lift a veil from the content of your major 1.8 update? They said, too early to disclose it. We expect combat missions will appear. Players will be awarded with credits, XP, free XP, and crew XP. For a completion of the missions after 1.8, we will introduce individual missions rewarded with unique tanks, achievements, and camouflage. Now, I can't wait for this, honestly. I can't wait for 1.8. It seems like a really big update. And I just can't wait for camouflage to come out instead of, because I see people on the forums jailbreaking all the time, and getting camouflages already, but I don't want to, like, hack mine in the way. I don't think it's necessary, but I'm a big fan of camouflage, and, you know, I just can't wait for this to come out. So anyways, next question. Which premium tanks will appear in 1.7? They said the TOG-2 and the Churchill, the Soviet version, are coming for sure. So that means definitely guaranteed the TOG-2 is coming out. I can't wait for this, and I hope I have some spare money because I want this thing so bad. But anyways, next question. Will you allow disabling the battle chat? And they said it's not likely to arrive in upcoming updates. We may add it later. So personally, I would really like this because people say some pretty inappropriate things while I'm recording, and I have to blur them out, and it's just like, yeah, no. So yeah, I would really like this. It's especially good for making videos. Alright, so next question. Which tier 9 and 10 tank destroyer characteristics will be changed in the 1.7 update? For example, the T95. They said, we will change the track traverse, speed, and the dispersion during turning /movement, aiming time for certain tank destroyers will be changed as well. So, I don't think the T95 needs, the track traverse needs to be changed. It definitely is, like, just sad. But, I mean, I think that's just a characteristic that the T95 has. But anyways, next question. Will you introduce changes to the graphics? And they said, at the moment, performance is our top priority. Graphics will be improved later. Hit marks, lighting, terrain, and tank textures are coming. So, I would like to see better graphics, but I don't really think it'll change much, because you can't really get far with graphics in a mobile version. So yeah. Anyways, next question. Will the T57 and the Bat Chat appear before the end of the year? And they said not in the foreseeable future. So I'm a huge fan of the T57, or, you know, personally, as I said, I'm a huge fan of all autoloaders, but mostly the T57 heavy. I don't play the PC version, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of Autoloaders. So they said not the foreseeable future. I'm a bit sad, but that's okay because we got the TOG-2. Alright, so next question. Will you add premium tier 10 vehicles? And they said not this time, unfortunately. I don't really see... I am begging that they will not add tier 10 premium vehicles, because that means we'll be seeing tier 1 vehicles in tier 10 matches where it's just gonna be a big mess. I hate premium tanks because tier 1 players can buy them, and you know, before you know it, you have an entire team that's tier 1. So yeah, it's just, I hate premium tanks. I mean, I wish they had, like, you know, 500 battles and then you can buy a premium tank, but you know, that's how Wargaming gets their money, so I mean, can't do anything about it. Anyways, next question. When will you introduce the FCM-50T? They said this vehicle will appear this year. So, yeah, it's a rather weak tank. But, yeah, I'm probably not going to go for it this year when it comes out, because it just seems like a bad tank, in my opinion. But, yeah, anyways, next question. Are light tanks of up to tier 8 coming to Blitz? If so, when? They said we'd like to roll out German tier 8 light tanks this year. So that's good. I'm assuming they're referring to the Leopard. Okay, next question. Will a tech tree of Chinese medium tanks be in place this year? And they said we haven't made up our minds. I would like to see Chinese mediums, because personally I think the tier 10 Chinese medium is very good when I see it in the PC version. Alright, next question. When will you fix the camera zoom bug in the Malinovka map? I get so many complaints on the forums. Like, you see countless complaints on this on the forums. It's just downright annoying, and I don't know why. It's always on the windmill map. I mean, it's always near the windmill, and I just don't understand what's so hard to fix about it. What's causing it? I mean, I don't think it would take that much, but they said in the 1.8, so I don't really know what they're doing. But anyways, next question. When will you prohibit troll platoons combining a high tier tank with a low tier one? Now, I support this ban so very badly. I hate seeing MS1s platoon with the E100. It's just, I know you're doing it for the lols, but it's not benefiting anyone. And it just kind of makes other people mad, so yeah. I personally hate this. I mean, unless they want to go scout, well, I mean, which is totally fine, but I mean, you could have had a tier 8, like IS-3 rather than a stupid little MS-1. But yeah, anyways. The final question, which is, will new modes appear in the near future? They said we are developing missions and clan modes. As for random battles, sub-modes, they do not meet our expectations in 2014, so we will take our time. Now, I'd really like to see new modes in the future, because I'm personally getting tired of, the enemy has a flag and we have a flag. I would really like to see that, rather than just having one flag. But that's my opinion, guys. That was the last question. So yeah, that's pretty much all we'll be seeing in the near future. Alright guys, so that will do it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I particularly spent a lot of time making this video, so if you could give it a thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate that. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Tell me in the comments what you're most excited for. I'm excited for the autoloaders, as I said quite a few times in this video, but yeah, tell me what you're excited about. But as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. See you guys.